Hello and welcome back to Grazillium's Gaming. My name is Crow. Today, returning to the world of Guild Wars 2. Tyria, I believe it's called. I'm not sure, but we're going there anyways. And this is going to be kind of an interesting video because it's not going to have any moving pictures, basically. It's going to be just slideshows. It's going to be stills that I took in the game. And I will tell you about that as the slideshow runs. But for now, let's get this slideshow underway. Alright, here we are in the character select screen. This is Kethelus. He is going to be a thief. And I took the time to select the 5,000 parameters exactly as I pleased. Select the head, you select the color, you select your mushroom cap headpiece thing. I didn't go with that, obviously. Here I'm selecting the color of my skin, and it's going to be really great when you see the final product here in just a second. Yep, closed dye, just to start out with. They start you out with some basic dyes that you can then find new dyes, random drops off of creatures in the world. So once we get out of this character select screen, I will start talking about why I'm doing this slideshow. Oh, we're out of the character select screen. Kethelus is in the world of Tyria as a Sylvari thief, beginning his journey. So, as I said in the first little quick look preview video, first look thing that I put out 2 weeks ago almost, I explained rather poorly and rather ineloquently the status of this GTX 690 and recording with Fps. For some reason, when I am in dual GPU mode on the GTX 690, it is impossible to record higher than about 15 or 16 frames per second. This is something that is very disappointing to me because I bought this 690 with the intention, the full intention, of being able to record even beastly games like Guild Wars 2 or things coming out soon like Far Cry 3 in stereoscopic 3D with all the eye candy turned on. So that's going to be a bit of a problem unless my hypothesis is correct that this problem only crops up for DirectX 9 games. For Max Payne 3, I can record that perfectly in dual GPU mode, 30 frames per second, no problem. But many DirectX 9 games that I've tried, it's an issue. But fortunately, screenshots still work. So I'm showing you a bunch of screenshots here that I took for this round of screenshots, this first video. I'm going to show you 120, and at 5 seconds each, that comes out to 12 minutes of screenshots. And I'm going to just talk about the game, my experience with it, it's still early impressions, I'd say. I've played for I think 10, 11 days now, and I have leveled up 2 characters. Kethelus is the highest. He's level 38 at the moment, and also Damsel Sort makes his return, and he is a human guardian, I think it's called. Yes, guardian, that's it, human guardian, and he is currently level 25, I believe. So I'm leveling 2 characters concurrently, enjoying both of them. And Guild Wars 2, what a game. It's I would say that it's not too dissimilar from my main MMO experiences, which have been in World of Warcraft, but it is different in enough ways that it doesn't feel stale in the way that a game like Star Wars: The Old Republic did. And especially being able to play this game in 3D. Oh my gosh. I mean, look at this. We got a party of a crew of fellows going and doing a escort quest. Here we are in some combat. Now, things are starting to get a little flashy, aren't they? Look at that, huh? I'm doing my jump attack. I'm covered in looks like a defensive ball of fire or something. Just great effects. And you got the nice pop out there of the motion blur or whatever you want to call it. That's the level up. I leveled up during this battle. So this game, I think, is definitely the best stereoscopic 3D game of the year. And I can say that very confidently, especially now that they have fixed the biggest problem that was in the game, which is things on the ground, things that, I don't know exactly what you'd call it, maybe call it a projection, things that are projected onto the ground that are supposed to render at the same depth as the ground, but they were rendering quite a bit below or deeper than the ground. And you can see that right here with the green circle around that character. Green circles, effects that take place on the ground, and especially shadows. Shadows, I had to turn those off at a certain point. At this point, I think they're still on. All shadows are still on, but I did turn them off. And you will see, I don't know if it's in this batch of screenshots, but yeah. So right here, this is the Grove right now. It's a beautiful location. It's a giant plant tree thing complex, and it's got some great visuals. Very, very well designed city. That's the Silvari home capital, and it's pretty big. It's not as big. It's not the biggest city. And I'll talk about some of the other cities in future slideshow presentations. But for now, taking a look at this. This right here is a viewpoint, a vista. Here's the view from the vista. I increased the convergence a lot so that we can get that nice 3D effect. Otherwise, it would look pretty much just flat because it's kind of a long distance away. The camera's a long distance away from what you're looking at. And it gives a toyification effect, which is interesting, but not too bad. A lot of pop out there. Kind of cool, though. That bolt, I don't know why I just called it a bolter fly. That's Alice Madness Returns. I forget what kind of fly it's called, but whatever. There is the tablet of something or other. Here I am, camouflaged. How you like that camouflage, huh? All green. Even my coin purse is green. It's kind of neat. Oh, here is the big boss, the giant worm. I'm using a short bow right here, which is a pretty awesome weapon. There's a cluster bomb firing off. I'm a big fan of the short bow. I haven't played one in a few levels though, because my partner in the game, you may know him, his name is Grizzle. He is a huntsman, which means he can create bows, short bows, long bows, and pistols, I believe he can also create. All sorts of ranged weaponry. And he hasn't quite leveled up his stuff high enough to get me a short bow of the appropriate level. Now he needs to do some work and fix that. But here we go, dual pistols. I like the dual pistols. They didn't do much damage though, so not my favorite combo. Oh, and I guess I should mention, for those that aren't aware, your abilities that you can use in your first 5 slots are entirely dependent upon what weapons you have equipped. And each class can equip a certain set of weaponry. The thief can equip pistols, short bows, daggers, obviously, one-handed swords, which swords can only be used in the main hand. And what else? Is that it? I think that's it. It's certainly, I think, all you're going to see in this one, in this set of videos. Oh, suspicious bush. Oh, there he is. Edgar Dumselsort. He is our hero. This is the starting area for the humans. You have to fight a giant earth elemental. Look at him dashing. Dashing fellow right there. Centaurs. Oh, back to Kethless again. But that is Malik. I am disguised as a nightmare. I forget what they're called. Nightmare something. So, this is a story mission, I believe. The Night of Embers. I like that sword. Too bad you cannot acquire it. Now, in a lot of these screenshots, you'll see my Fps FPS counter in one of these corners, and that is intentional, actually, because I do want to be able to see what my frame rate is at any point, at the point in time where I take the screenshot. I'm pretty sure that at this point I'm running in single GPU mode. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that I am. I'm running single GPU. The graphics are turned quite a bit down. Oh, and that's the end of the slideshow, but I'm going to finish talking about that. The graphics are turned a little bit down so that the game can run at a constant 60 frames per second in pretty much all situations. But I cannot play it with max graphics, which I would like to do. And most of these screenshots here in this set, I believe, were with single GPU mode, not max graphics. But I think starting in part 2 of this stereoscopic screenshot slideshow series, whatever you want to call it, there will be max graphics screenshots. So stay tuned for that. My name is Eincrow. Thank you for watching at Grazilliums Gaming. I will see you next time.